welcome back to Desi Diners. Today we're gonna be making kheer. So kheer is a dessert that's typically eaten on special occasions. So whether or not there's a get-together or Eid, for example, we'll make this. So we're gonna go to the ingredients. So first up we have milk, broken vermicelli noodles, raisins, sliced almonds, ghee, this is melted ghee, cashews, some granulated sugar, saffron, and cardamom powder. Measurements will be in the description. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is boil our milk. I'm gonna take a liter of milk and turn your flame on, medium to low, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this in. We're gonna wait for our milk to boil, and while we're waiting, we're actually gonna do our frying process with the rest of our ingredients. So we're just gonna leave that there to boil. All right, first thing we're gonna do is let that heat for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna add our oil. So we're gonna add half of our ghee into the pan. So that'd be about a tablespoon. All right, we're gonna turn our flame onto medium-low. We don't want it too high, otherwise we'll burn our noodles. I'm gonna let this heat up, and then we'll add our noodles. All right, so now that our ghee is hot, we're gonna add in our noodles. So now put in there, and then we're gonna start mixing these. It's gonna be a little bit messy, but we're gonna start stirring these until they get to a nice golden color. So I'm gonna try and break these up a little bit. Don't fret if a few fall out of your pan. It's bound to happen. All right, so my noodles have gone to a nice golden color. So now we're gonna transfer to the plate. Kind of looks like ginger's fur, doesn't it? Oh, or not. Okay, now we're gonna check on how our milk is doing. You can see that it's kind of gotten a little bit thicker and creamier, but we're still gonna leave it for a little bit more time. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the rest of our ghee so that we can start frying the rest of our ingredients. So first I'm gonna add is the almonds. I'm gonna stir those around a little bit. And put your flame on a low medium. Add in our cashews and raisins as well. I think my favorite part of kheer is the raisins. I feel like most people like the crunch in it, but I think the raisins just give a really nice pop of flavor. I'm gonna try to put these around. We're gonna cook these until the nuts are a kind of golden brown. So we have to make sure that we keep stirring just so that everything cooks evenly and nothing burns. So our nuts and our things are done now, so what we're gonna do is add this into the plate. Scoop it so I don't get the oil in there. But it doesn't really matter, you don't have to put it in a separate one. They're all going in the same place. Our milk is to a boiling point. We're gonna add in about half of our sugar, and we're gonna taste it just to check how sweet you want it. So I'm gonna add about half of this cup. Yeah. So we're gonna mix it now. And you wanna make sure that your sugar is dissolved in the milk. So you can kind of feel if it's like sinking to the bottom and sticking. You don't want anything to stick to the bottom. Make sure everything is dissolved. I'm gonna check the sweetness now just to see if I want it a little bit sweeter or if this is good enough. So. You can add a little bit more sugar. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more sugar. All right. We're just gonna mix that in. All right, so now what we're gonna do is add in our cardamom powder and our saffron. So let me go ahead and add this in. And our saffron. All right. And then we're gonna stir. And this is gonna give it a really nice aroma and taste, so. I have a lot of vivid memories of my parents making this for housewarmings and parties and stuff, so this actually feels very nostalgic right now. Alright, now that everything is mixed into the milk, we're gonna add all the things that we fried prior, and we're gonna let this sit in there for like 5 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna try not to make a mess here. Alright, I'm gonna try to get all the noodles off the plate. We're gonna start mixing again. Now that all of this is mixed, I'm gonna keep this on a low flame, and we're gonna leave this here for 5 to 8 minutes to let the milk thicken a little bit and for the noodles to get soft. Let that be. So just so that it doesn't overflow and so that it cooks evenly, mix it in between. But also look at the color of this. You can see it's kind of yellow. That's because of the saffron. Saffron's actually a really rare spice, so it's a really nice touch to the kheer whenever we make it. Now we're gonna check on our kheer, and it's pretty much done now, so I'm gonna give it a quick stir, and we're actually gonna plate it. So there's 2 ways you can eat this. You can eat it hot or cold. I prefer it hot. So we're gonna take this and put it in our bowl. I personally like a lot of noodles. So you can see that the texture of this is really creamy and thick. All right, so I'm gonna turn the flame off and put it back on. Come here, come here. Look how good that looks. Amazing. So now we're gonna try it. It's a little bit hot, so I'm gonna blow on it. Oh, I'm trying to get a raisin. I'm making sure to get the raisins in there. A little bit hot, but it's so good. Raisins are my favorite part of this, but when you make it, tell me what your favorite part of this is. Thank you for watching. Tell me how you guys liked it, and bye-bye. Thanks for coming to the Desi Diner.